Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome to today's webinar, Taking Professional Photos on Your Phone with Joel Torres Style. I'm Julia. I'm your host here at Booksy, and I am so excited to have you here. As a reminder, today's webinar has a CE credit that is available for all of our attendees in Illinois and Florida, which is through partnership with our education partner, Illinois Beauty CEU. So now that I've told you what you're here for and what you can expect to see, let's introduce the man of the hour, Joel Torres himself. Joel, come on out. Tell us about yourself.
Yeah, let me walk this way. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's good. You can leave a message right on the chat box. You can say, hello, I'm from Mexico, I'm from California, New York, whatever you're watching from. Please let us know on the chat box. You know what, Julia? We can also put my Instagram handle so people can see, a little bit of my work. So we see Tasneem. She's already connected. Hello. Addison, my good friend Addison, Danny, good friends of mine, Jeremy, a good friend of mine. I love it. All my friends are saying hello here. So super cool. Anyway, so today what we're going to be talking about photography with the cell phone, but also I'm going to be talking about, because once you have the picture, then you have to share. So I'm going to be talking also a little bit about how social media, how we post, the size of the picture, the size of the videos. I think the information is relevant for today's presentation. So extremely happy to be here. This class is sponsored by Booksy. Booksy is the app that I use for my booking appointments behind the chair. So that's something that I use on a daily basis. I'm extremely happy to partnership with them for this incredible class. So Florida, I see Florida as well. Toronto, Dominic from Toronto. Hello. Yeah, I see Chicago is in the house. Puerto Rico is in the house. I like that. I know Mexico is in the house as well because I see my friend there. Detroit is in the house. So hello, everybody that is joining us for today's presentation. So this is the setup, and we're going to be talking about how we take pictures with our cell phone or any camera, just using everything that you see here. So if you see me walking around the camera, it's because I want to zoom in and zoom out so then you see everything that we're doing. So for now, I'm going to have it like that, completely wide. We are in Dallas, Texas. My good friend Felipe, this is his studio. So thank you, my friend, for allowing us doing this class today here. I'm using a professional camera. So if you see that I zoom in and zoom out, it's because I'm using my professional camera instead of the camera from the computer. So that way we can go a little wider or a little more close up for the presentation. So let's start talking with showing the presentation. Perfect. Can we start with the presentation?
Absolutely.
Yeah, awesome. Good. So today's class is going to be, I want to say, it's going to be close to 1 hour. The first part of the class is going to be, everything, this presentation, all the information that I know, that I gathered through my, years working, not just as a hairdresser, also as a session stylist working in photo shoots and other projects. So let's start talking about mastering your content. Let's go to the next slide. And thank you, Julia, for helping us with this. Like I said before, this class is sponsored by Booksy. You see the logo on the left. My Booksy people are happy right now because I put the logo on the presentation. I am Joel Torres Style on Instagram and TikTok. And I'm a Booksy Global Ambassador, so super excited to be here. Let's go to the next one. This is who I am. This is a little bit about, my story. I think it's important to know a little bit of my background and know how I learned everything that I know is just because of my story, like what I do and what I did in the past to get all this, knowledge about production. So a little bit about me is, I've been in the industry for a very long time. I don't like to say years, but I want to say more than 2 decades as an educator and also working behind the chair. I've been working for Netflix. I did a job with Zac Efron, and I also worked with, Victoria Justice. Also did some work with Daddy Yankee, back in the days when we were, living in Puerto Rico, both of us. And That's on the part of working with celebrities, but also on the editorial side, I've done some work with Harper's Bazaar Vietnam and Harper's Bazaar Brazil, including Mexico as well. I did some work for Italian Vogue and American Vogue and Men's Health Magazine, InStyle, a few of the magazines. And I think working in these photo shoots in production with photographers and everybody that it's working on a production company, you learn a lot. I'm one of those that when I go to a photo shoot, I like to ask about what lights are you using, why that light is better than this other one, what type of camera that you're using, what type of what type of computer that you use for edit your videos and pictures. And that's how I've been getting a lot of information about that. And then my goal is always to share with the industry what I learned in this production, including this presentation today. So this is a little bit about who I am. We can go to the next one. I get shy when I talk about myself. Let's start talking about social media, because once you have the picture, right, or the video, then it's a part of sharing on social media. So today we're going to start before talking about social media and how you create the content. And then at the end, I'm going to do a little demonstration on how you take the picture with your phone. So social media is something that we communicate with social media all the time. For me, I think now, even when I was coming this way for the photo studio, I was texting my friend instead of a real text message. I was sending messages on Instagram. I think that now people use more Instagram and TikTok more as a way of communicate with friends than an actual text message. And it's because we are always on social media, so it's easier for us to go and send a message there. Let's go to the next one. We've seen a lot of how other social media platforms like Pinterest and Facebook is slowing down, and we see Instagram and also TikTok growing and growing and growing, right? Because these platforms are designed to keep us, I don't know, like we always want to be on the cell phone. We want to be checking on the cell phone, everything about social media. Is so hard to disconnect from social media. And Instagram and TikTok have an amazing platform to keep us engaged all the time. Next. A little explanation of how you can create a really nice bio. Like you want your page, your first page of your Instagram or TikTok to be very professional. Even if it's something personal for you, we always wanted to make it look professional because we make a lot of business. For me, behind the share, I want to say that 95 or 90% of the clients are coming from Instagram. So when people find me on Instagram, they go to my first page and they see a good bio. They have a little picture of me. Also, the aesthetic of my social media is also very professional. So we can go to the next one. Now you have, this is actually Booksy handle. So if you don't follow Booksy on Instagram, please do. If you don't follow me, please do. This is Booksy. If you see Booksy, they say Booksy. And get discovered on Booksy. This is like the slogan of Booksy. And a little bit of, what it is. You see how Booksy shared their content is motivational, is business oriented, and also they repost some of our, Booksy people around the world work. So that is them. And then you have on the right, which is mine, I only have my description, like who I am. I'm Joel Torres. I'm the IGK Education Director. I'm a Booksy Global Ambassador, and my work. You have two options. You can have highlights, and highlights are stories that we save on highlights, so then it doesn't delete, right? It doesn't disappear. We know the Instagram stories only last 24 hours, but if there's some of the stories that you want to keep, you can create a highlight. And then you can categorize the highlights by families. For example, I'm a salon owner and I have 5 employees. And all the employees, I can say, hey, I want to save your work, and I'm going to put it on a highlight. So then that's your portfolio. And you can see on Booksy right there, right? So the first one says, go backstage, then you have community, then you have vlog, then you have education, and there's one more, reviews. So those are 5 different highlights, but you can have more than 5. So if you're a salon owner, you can have everybody's portfolio. I used to have it as depends on the travel. So New York, and I was, Mexico, and I have Brazil. So I used to have a lot of those. Right now, I don't have highlights. I want to maintain my page as clean as possible, so then people can scroll down to my work right away and they don't get distracted by highlights. Next. Hey guys, if you have any question, please let me know. I don't know if I can see here anything on the chat, but if you have any question, please let me know. I can see the chat here, so that would be awesome.
I'll shout out if any show up, Joel. Don't worry.
Good. So now let's talk about, how you can grow the platform. Once you have your Instagram, what are the things that you can do to grow the platform? Well, let's start talking about stories. Stories is, a little glimpse of the day, your day, only lasts 24 hours. So for example, yesterday I had an amazing class at my salon abstract studio here in Frisco, Texas. I had an amazing class and I created a couple of stories, and some people were taking pictures of me working and I was reposting that. So if you go to my Instagram story right now, you're gonna see a little bit of that class yesterday. I know that it's gonna disappear after 24 hours. So some of them are saving them for the future, so then I can do an Instagram reel. Because some of these videos are really cool. What else you can do? You can put a step-by-step work. So before and after, or the step-by-step, is something that always make people engage with your content. On the feed, and when we talk about the feed, and I'm gonna open my Instagram on my cell phone, right? So this is my feed is what I see of other people, right? So this is explore, and on my feed I have, my work. So if I go here, so then that can focus. I don't know if I can focus that. Yeah, that. So I can scroll down and see all my feed. I want my feed to be always super clean. I think it's the cleaner that you have, the more engaged people we're going to be with your work. So let's go back to the presentation. Okay, so that's the feed. So for the feed, you can put the after shot, you can put the before on a story, and then on the feed, you can put the after shot, or as a picture on your feed, you can put before and after. I always prefer to have the after and then the before. So that way on your feed, you're gonna have the beautiful picture of the hair done, the hair ready. You never wanna put the before picture, because that doesn't look great. IGTV, that is something that it was full-length video, but right now it disappeared. At least I don't have it anymore, and I know that most people don't have it anymore. Now everything is going into Instagram Reel, which is a short format of video that is a straight competition to TikTok, right? So it's a short form videos, and Instagram is pushing this a lot. That's why we don't see a lot of pictures anymore. We see a lot of people making reels, because Instagram is pushing that tool inside of the platform because they want to compete with TikTok. Let's go to the next slide. Now we can talk a little bit about cameras. I know that this class is about how to take pictures with your phone, and I have 2 phones, the business and my personal, how you can take pictures. And today I use iPhone 12, and then I have an iPhone. I'm gonna buy the iPhone 13 pretty soon. So I'm excited for that new technology. But with my iPhone 12, I know that I can take amazing videos and picture, and I have no problem. I also have professional cameras because that's like my hobby. And I shoot with my professional camera all my tutorials. So then I like the combination of having something a little more professional and a little more, I want to say, user-friendly, something like the iPhone. Including in my presentation, I have a quiz. So pay attention to the difference between professional footage and something that you use with the cell phone. So cameras, we have everything from an iPhone, then we have point and shoot, then we have semi-pro, and then we have professional equipment. On tools, we're going to be talking about backdrops, we're going to be talking about lights, gimbals, tripods, lenses, all the different things that you need for camera. And then on apps, some of the apps that you can use for edit your videos and your photography. Some of them are free and some of them you have to pay a little bit, but I think it's something that is this something that you're using for your equipment? It is something that you can write off from the tax because it's something that you're using for your work. I put on my taxes everything that I use for my content creation, the lights, the cameras, the cell phone, the computer, all the programs that I use for my work. I put everything inside of my taxes because, yeah, why not?
Joel, we have a quick question. I know the focus of the webinar overall is phone photography, but since you've mentioned professional cameras, Christelle is wondering, what kind of professional camera do you use or recommend?
Well, me personally, I have two professional cameras. So the first one is a Canon EOS R. That is, I want to say $1,700 right now. And then I have a Canon EOS R5, which is an upgrade from the R. And that is, I want to say, between that and lenses is about $5,000. But it's because, and this is the way that I was thinking when I was investing into that equipment. I said, I want to be able to get new contracts with new companies. And the only way for me to do it is if I upgrade my work, right? If I do elevate my work to the next level, which is going to be quality. So because of my content and everything is so bright and so easy to watch, I want to say, but the quality is really good, I was able to make new contracts and make more money than I was doing in the past. So I saw that as an investment. If you want to buy a professional camera or a semi-professional camera, you can buy something used that can be in between $400 or under $1,000. You can get something really affordable, but the quality is going to be a lot better than a cell phone. Especially for me, because filming with a cell phone is a little challenging. But when I have a camera, I can, I'm going to do it right now, I can just reach, and then I can go closer, and then I can go like that, right? So when I'm filming my tutorials, I like to do that with a professional camera, and with a cell phone, it was a little more, there was a limitation on it. So that's the reason why. But you can get anything from $400 to $700, used equipment, and it's gonna be great. No problem. If you have any questions about what type of camera you can buy, just shoot me a message on Instagram and I'll respond. So Joel Torres Style is my Instagram. But and let me see if I can type it here. So you have Sony, you have Canon. Those tools are really good with equipment, and you can buy something that is a little more affordable. You can even go to Costco and they have the camera with the lenses, everything in just one package under $1,000, and you have something new that is really good. I hope I answer your question, Cristal. Cristal Torres, you got my last name. That's good. You're good. Okay, let's go back to the presentation. Next. All right. So here we have some of the tools that we can use for content creation. Like I said before, on the left, you have different type of cameras. So the two ones on the top are point and shoot. These cameras have the lens that goes, zoom in and zoom out. You can buy something like that, very affordable, for $400, $300, even less if you buy something that is used, right? Something good about having a different camera than your phone is because you can take as many pictures as you can, and you have a memory card inside, and you can plug it on the computer and pass all the information to the computer. With the cell phone, the only problem that we have is that you keep accumulating pictures of clients. I take a lot of pictures. I never take one. I'll take 25 pictures of each model. And when you accumulate that through the years, then you have too many. And then when I'm looking for a specific picture, I have to scroll down a lot until I found that picture that I wanted to see. So if you want something that is easy, that you can, use it for the salon, but it's separate from your phone, then you can buy one of those cameras. Or you can do the thing that I did. I have a different phone for my salon. So I have everything in the salon here, and then this is my personal. And if I have an assistant taking a video of me, or I want to separate the pictures and the content, then I use the professional, the cell phone from my business. The last two cameras on the bottom, you have the Sony, right? It's a smaller cameras, like the camera is small, and that is affordable right now. So that's all like the A6400, and they have from there many different numbers, but they're smaller, right? Good quality, but affordable. And then the last one is a Canon 5D. That's when it's something a little more professional. That's something the one that I have. And those are a little more expensive. It's more like professional photography and videography. In the middle, you have tools. So you have there on the left, there is a cardboard that you can put on the salon. And that can be good because you can use it from one side that is black and then the other one is white. In professional photography and studios, they use that for bouncing or reflecting the light or controlling the light. But I bought one of those I think I bought it on Amazon, and you can fold it and make it super small and put it on the salon in one corner, or you can leave it standing like that. So then you can be taking pictures all the time. In the middle, you have the ring light, right? So a ring light, we don't have a ring light right now here, but I'm sure that everybody knows what is a ring light because I've seen it in every single salon. The good thing about ring light is it's good for beauty photos, beauty pictures, because you can put the cell phone on a camera right in the center, and then you have the light around. I don't know, have you seen when you go to a bathroom in any restaurant, right, or on a hotel, and they have a light around the mirror? You don't see any imperfection on your face. Everything is so soft and nice, you don't create any shadows. And that's why ring light is one of the, I want to say, the most popular light for working in the salon, because it's super simple to work. You have a dimmer, and then you can go from warm to cold, so you can put everything in the middle, but it's very easy to use, right? And you can buy that on Amazon with the tripod, and sometimes with remote control for under $100, so it's very affordable. If you want to do a step up, if you want to do an upgrade, then you can buy something like the one that I have here, right? So this light is something that you can, oh, thank you. Like this, Julia, you are amazing. I love it. So you can buy something like this. This is, a Godox. You can check that on Amazon. This is a 150, so it's very powerful. You don't need anything like that. I have another one that is 60, and it's also really good. And you can buy something like this. This is called the lantern. So the light is more, it opens. And right here, because we have the studio, I want everything to be open. But you can have something like you see on my right there. Those are soft box, so that's to keep something more direct. And that's more for professional photography that you can use something like that. But something like this, the lantern, it is really nice because it just make a really nice and even, light for a complete studio. So you can have that in the salon as well. The good thing about, working with something like that is the temperature, right? And the quality of the light and the skin, how everything looks with this, it is incredible. Also, sometimes we're creating videos, and depends on the format that you're shooting. If you're shooting a little more cinematic, then the light is not consistent, and you're gonna see light flicking. For example, sometimes we see videos and we see the lights of a car just going like that, like flicking. It's because of how many times the frame is closing to create a video, right? The more frames you have, the more soft and smooth the image is gonna look. But when we go more I want to say slower, it looks more cinematic, but also create a lot of, up and down of the light. So that's why you want something a little more professional, so then you have more consistency on the light. And you have a professional tripod right here. So you can buy this, it's very affordable, but it's a good investment for a salon because it's gonna make everything lighter. Right now I'm in a makeup studio and production studio, and they use these lights for makeup as well because the light is really nice, natural, it's daylight, right? So it's the closest to the sun, and it photographs really, really, really well. So you can have something for that in the salon because today is very affordable. Okay, let's go back to the presentation. And on the right, you see like the ring light, and then on the right, you also have inside of the toolbox, you have another, I want to say, backdrop. This is more like a fabric, and then you can make it really small and put it inside of a little bag, and it's really nice. You can buy that also under $100, and it comes with the tripod as well. And that one, you can go on the other side. That's why you see the little, it's folded in one corner, because in one side is black and in the other one is white, so you have content for both. Remember, when you're taking pictures for your social media, contrast is gonna be incredible, right? It's gonna be very nice. For example, you have somebody with red hair, I can put it on white because it's gonna look better than the black backdrop, but I can use also something like a blue. Right now I have yellow here on my backdrop, and I know that if I put a blonde girl or a blonde mannequin, it won't look the same. But this one with this type of color, brunette, you have everything on the back that is bright, and it has nice contrast, so it's gonna make your hair pop more. So think about what color looks with what. I like a red hair with white. I like red hair with also blue. It looks amazing. I don't like red hair with a green background. It looks like Christmas. It doesn't go together. So some colors benefit you a lot more. So it is a good option to have different backdrops on the back, right? So that is a paper, and you can buy those paper also on Amazon with a tripod. This is a C-stand, right? So this one that you see here is a C-stand. So it is very powerful, and you can buy also that on Amazon, or there's many other websites that you can buy, like B&H. They have a lot of things for photography. Adorama. There's many websites that you can find all these different things. I'm sharing information. If you want to keep it simple, you keep it simple and you start from the beginning. Once you know and understand the first, then you can move to the next step, and then you can start buying more gear. Because when you get more gear, the quality of your photography is going to be better. Okay, let's go to the next one. Next slide. Let's talk about light. And I was actually talking a little bit about light. So we have different sources of light. We have exterior light, and we have interior light. When I go, and I don't know if you notice, but most people in salon, when they take pictures, they go right in front of the salon when they have the windows, and they take a picture with the salon behind. And it looks great. It looks great because the natural light, it is the most beautiful light. In front of a window, the light comes diffuse. Instead of having something super strong when we are outside, inside of the salon, everything comes diffuse because the sun doesn't, go direct. You just go diffuse by either if you have a curtain or awning in front of the salon, or because you have a glass, so the light comes completely diffuse and it's really beautiful. Also, most clients, when they take pictures inside of the car, right? So they finish in the salon, you did the hair, they're super shy, they don't want to take pictures with you. You can say, go to your car and take a selfie and then tag me. So then I can repost on Instagram. So that part is because of the light, how the light comes, right? So it's really diffuse and it makes super soft skin when you have it like that. So let's go back to the presentation. That is when we have natural light. We also have artificial light. When I talk about artificial light, then you have the flashes, and then also you have continuous light. A ring light, it is inside of the continuous light, right? Because it's always on. Right now I have 1, 2, and 3 lights just to be in this presentation because I'm in front of this set. So we have 2 lights here. I'm kind of blind actually because they're really nice and powerful. And then I have the other light that is for the explanation of what I'm shooting right now, right? So this is considered artificial light, continuous light. They're always on, including the ring light that is like that. And then we have the flashes, that's for professional photography. Sometimes it's hard when you have flashes, right? Because then you have to set up that with a camera. And that can be a little challenging, including myself to learn that. I spend, I wanna say, hours and hours to understand, and I still don't get it perfectly. So I'm still learning. But when you have continuous light, everything is easy because you don't have anything flashing or the light changing at all. Everything is very consistent all the time. So let's go to the next one. Now, I'm gonna share with you some examples of what is a natural light, what is inside, what is outside. So let's start with exterior light. The first one on the left, this is a picture that I took in Old San Juan. So Old San Juan have buildings that are probably like 3 or 4 stories, so they're not too tall. So depends on, and the streets are really small. For those who's been in, I want to say, New Orleans, right? In New Orleans, you know that their buildings are not too tall, and they are smaller streets. So depends on where is the light. So imagine that I'm here in between 2 buildings. If it's noon, the light is coming from the top, it's gonna be super strong. But if you are from the side, I wanna say probably from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., in between that time, the light is gonna be really hard. But in the morning and in the afternoon, the light comes diffused because it comes from 45 degrees. So it goes through the buildings, and then the light is gonna be really nice and soft. So if you see on the left, she got a pastel color, and because the light wasn't that powerful, you have more color. If I go right in the middle of like at noon, at 12 or 1 p.m., then that color, it will be completely blonde because the light is too powerful and you're gonna take away from the color. The second picture, it was at noon. You see that picture is super strong, the sun. It's actually, you can see on the face that it's creating super strong, I wanna say, super strong shadows. So, okay, got it. So now, to give you an example, oh, hey, can we put battery on my computer? Yeah. Just 1 second. You can take it away from the camera, yeah.
We have a quick question while that's happening, if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure.
Perfect. So Anthony is wondering, Anthony says, can I take a picture with a ring light and interior front window combined? So doing that combination of diffuse exterior light with continuous light from something like a ring light.
Totally. And you can give it a try. You can even test, the difference between using it with and without. So then you can compare what is the difference. But you can totally do it and no problem. Actually, if the light is a rainy day, like right now in Dallas, there's a lot of rain. So it's kind of dark outside, and that's why we have so many lights, because it's not enough. So it's super cloudy, overcast. That light can be super beneficial. Good question. Anthony de la Cruz. Okay, so we were talking about the second picture. So that's a photo shoot that we did in Cancun, Mexico, and Holbox Island, to be exact. It was a beautiful photo shoot that we did, and it was at noon. So that's why the model is looking, up with the palm tree, looking up, so then she doesn't have too much shadows on the face. The third picture with the pink wig, you see right there that picture, the sun is behind, right? So because the sun is behind, you don't see a lot of detail on the face. So whenever you take a picture, make sure that the light is to the face, so then you have more detail. Remember that when we take pictures, you want to have a lot of detail on the hair, texture. You want to have the most accurate colors. And cell phone does really well today with, with the technology. It just adjusts, right? Even if it's not too bright, it's gonna bring the brightness up automatically, so you can have a pretty amazing picture, right? But the more light you have in front, then it's gonna be better. But I wanted to use this picture because it's a good explanation of when you take pictures outside, right? And then the last one was in New York. I finished a class and I took that picture of this guy right in the middle of the building. So you can tell that the buildings in New York, in Soho, they're not too tall, so you can see it behind. So the light comes diffused really nice and even. Let's go to the next one. That was exterior light. Let's go to the next slide. The next one is interior light. And I have a quiz for all of you. We're going to do a little competition. I have a question for you. So the first, all these three pictures are interior light, but in front of a window. The first picture, you see that the window is behind him, so you see one side is brighter. The one in the middle, you have the picture like almost like 45 degrees. And you see everything on the left, on your left, on her right. You see that it's a little brighter, so that's a little more dramatic, the first two. And the last one is going to be right in front of the window. Now my question is, and get ready because I want answers on the chat box. Which one you think is with the cell phone and which one is with a professional camera? I want to see some of the answers. There's some pictures that are with the cell phone and some of them are with professional camera. So what do you think? 1, 2, or 3? I want to see answers. 3.
All right, we've got 2 3s, 2 2s. Oh, a couple more 3s coming in. Another 2. Nobody's voted 1 yet.
That's everything that we have. Okay. Well, there's people typing, so I'm going to wait. I don't want answers when I say which one is. Cristal, let's see. Isaac, number 2. Well, the professional picture or the picture with a professional camera is the number 1. The number 2 in the middle and the third one are with the cell phone. And you actually can say they're very similar, right? If you pay attention, you can tell, but they're very similar. Actually, the picture on the right, when I posted that picture, it went viral. And her brain constantly posts that picture, I think like a couple of times a year. And it's been probably like 7 years since I took that picture. And it's still so relevant because the beautiful, light, and you have the texture of the hair and the contrast with the backdrop is black. So it is really nice. It was actually a door. You can see that it's a door. You can see wood on the left side. So that was in front of, we were in a hotel and we took a picture in front of the convention center. And there was I want to say a door. We took the picture there. So yeah, for those who have it right, then yeah, congratulations, really good. The first one was with a professional camera. And it's actually the one that have the less likes. Not because you use something professional means that you're going to have more likes. A lot of people like very soft, very natural type of content that you can get with the cell phone. Let's go to the next one. In this one, these 2 pictures are with the ring light. I was talking about the ring light. So you can get ring lights that are bigger. The bigger, the better, because then you have more space to take pictures. Some ring lights are smaller, and it's a little uncomfortable to get inside and take the picture. So try to find one that is bigger, because it's going to allow you to take better pictures. For those, you have the left and the right. The picture on the left, that was, I was finishing a class at the academy, and I think that the hair was kind of cool, like a lot of texture, but it was at the same time different. The model have amazing face features, so I took a picture with the ring light, and I put it like black and white. On the right, that is not my picture. It's a picture from a friend of mine. She's a photographer in Miami, Natalia. Natalia came to work with me, and this was for the One Shot Awards, right? So we did it in a salon. As you see, Everything on the backdrop or the background was a wall. The color was gray. So there's not a lot of contrast between the hair and the backdrop, but still it looks very editorial. So I submitted that picture for One Shot Awards in the Big Shot category of editorial, and we won with that picture. So that's why I put that little, icon on the corner. And that's something that we did in a salon, only one light, and that's it. And we get to be in that category. That it's really difficult to be in that category. Can we go to the next one? Okay, so now we have 4 pictures. And those 4 pictures that you see here, that you have the first one on the left, that was a ring light, super even picture, professional camera. On the second one, we did it with the ring light, but that was with a cell phone. And you see the highlights on the face. It looks really bright in some areas. So it's not consistent because it was with the cell phone. The third one was with a professional camera with the turquoise hair. And then the last one with the yellow shirt, that was with a professional camera. So the only one here with the cell phone, an iPhone, and I'm talking about probably, I want to say 5 years ago. So that was an old iPhone, but still the image is really good. From those 4 pictures, I want to say that the most vital one was the one with the cell phone. It's not the best picture, but for some reason in the hair, it just went super vital. So not because you have professional camera, your content is going to be better. Maybe the quality is going to be better, but sometimes for a simple eye, for somebody that's a hairdresser, they won't see the difference between one quality and the other one. Next one. This is some examples of how you can make something a little more professional. So if you see the first one, you have the window on the left, right? You have the sun, and then you have the subject, and then the person is taking pictures. So if I'm taking a picture there, I know that his right side is going to be a little brighter. If you want to change and have more even picture, then you can be right the window behind you and then the person in front of you. So then you have all the light coming to the subject. If you want to create a studio in your salon and you don't have good windows in front of the salon, then you can have a backdrop. Right here, you have the backdrop that is a little more professional, like the one that we have yellow here. But you can have something like the one that I show you that you can buy on Amazon with a tripod. So that is like a piece of fabric that you can fold and make it super small. And that's under $100. You can have 2 ring lights. Here, you see that is 2 umbrellas, but you can actually have 2 45 degrees. So 45 degrees right now I have here, 45 degrees from here, and then from the other side, right? So they come to my face and they don't create any shadow. So that's why I'm here and you don't see any shadow other than my hat. But other than that, you don't see any shadow. So if you have 2 ring lights, one in each side, then you're gonna have something very even and nice. Let's go back to the presentation. And then the last one, you see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4 lights, right? So you have one that is coming 45 degrees from the face, then you have one in the sides, and then you have something. And if you see my presentation, let's go back to this screen. So you can put something behind that area that reflects the hair from the back. So then you can create an isolation or separation from the backdrop to the model. And that is something more professional. And we see that on television a lot. They always have some lights that create separation from the background, just reading highlight right here. So that's something more professional. If you want to keep it very simple, the first one is something simple that you can do in the salon because it's natural light. And the one in the middle is something that we can do with 2 ring lights. So sometimes we already have 2 ring lights in the salon. So just working 45 degrees, it's going to create a nice and even light. Let's go to the next one. You got to do that.
Joel, I'm going to stop sharing for just a moment and then reshare again, just so that we can hear you. We got
Yes.
your connection got a little sketchy there, so that's okay. Let's get this reshared.
Okay, you can hear me now? Good?
Yes, perfectly.
Okay. Yeah, hopefully we don't have problems here with the storm. Right now it's not raining, but it's crazy here. Okay, so about something that is important here. We're facing the presentation, but
Okay, sorry about that. We were getting your voice a little bit jumbled. So let's just stick on you for just a minute here and let our joint internet connections catch up with each other.
okay, can you hear me good now?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. So now we're going to be talking about the size of, Instagram, and how you can maximize or use the best quality possible of pictures before sharing on social media. You can go straight, instead of taking pictures straight from Instagram, I recommend everybody to use their phone. Like, use the camera of your phone. Like, for example, I'm going to be talking a bit about using that camera. So right now you have right there. Oh, I'm here. You can see me. So you can use that. That is already the size of the ink. You can also go and make it a little bigger if you want, but I have that one like that. And I think I have this one on my phone that this is a bigger screen. You see the difference? So this one, if when you want to bring something or you want to share something on stories or reels, you can use this side. But then this one is set for 4x5, which is going to be the perfect size for a picture on Instagram. You can take pictures horizontal, you can take square, and you can also take pictures on the more vertical in 4x5 format. That's going to make, that's to make sure that you're going to be using a bigger screen on your feed when you're talking about Instagram. Let's try to connect that to see if it.
Okay, perfect. So if I heard you correctly, let me get this reshared so that everyone can see some of these different dimensions that you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Microphone, can you hear me better?
Yes.
Okay, I changed my microphone now. I'm gonna get a little farther, so just in case to let you know. But, and let me go and make this a less brighter. Okay. So, yeah. I see. So now I have my presentation here. So on the top left, you have 3 different sizes when you share something on social media. On Instagram specifically. So you have 1x1 is square. You have horizontal or landscape, and then you have vertical. That vertical is going to be 4x5. So how I'm going to do that? I'm going to take pictures. So for example, if I take a picture of this model right here, right? I go to that picture.
Mm-hmm.
I go and edit that picture. So click edit, and then I go to the crop, and then on the top, right here, you can change the size. So you can go vertical, you can go horizontal. I go to 4x5 just to make sure that I have all the backdrop that I want, right? So I want a nice frame around the face. So I'm gonna get it a little closer. Kiki, can you see if you can zoom focus on the camera? Because I don't see it right now. So maybe you can click the picture right there. Can you see it better?
Oh, your screen has just gone dim. Just from you not looking at it.
Technology.
Technology is fun.
No? Yeah, a little farther.
Perfect.
Okay. So anyway, you use that just to have everything on the back. I'm gonna upload on my couple of examples, so then you can see all that. But if you do that with the model, you're going to make sure that everything is inside on the frame. So all the yellow is looks great. If I take a picture farther, and I'm going to do that example, let me go back to my camera. And if I take a picture from here, then it's going to be a little, say, you see everything around and you get distracted, especially hairstylists, right? So we get distracted. So if I have that picture, okay, if I have a picture, I want to make sure that I go back to edit and crop on the top. I have the size and then I go for 4x5. And once I go to 4x5, then I zoom and then I have everything inside. So just make sure that when you're taking picture with your cell phone, always go 4x5. That way you have a bigger size. And then when you share, you're gonna see when they scrolling down on Explore, on just checking their they're gonna see your picture bigger instead of completely square. So that is the tip of the day, is to use the size. So let's go back to the presentation so that you can see. Take a screenshot of this because it's going to be very useful. All right. So, Instagram photos on the left, top left, you have 1x1, which is completely square. You have horizontal, and then you have 4x5, which is going to be the biggest one. Try always to go with 4x5, just because people are going to see you bigger rather than smaller. The size for Instagram stories and also for Reels is going to be the one on the right. So it's the entire screen. So make sure that just leave it like that. You don't have to adjust. If you're talking about resolution, you can shoot everything on 1080. Good resolution. You don't have to change anything like that. If you want to create a little more, I want to say professional, you can edit the quality of your camera and then go back, and then no problem. When you upload videos in high quality, Instagram is going to leave it like that. They don't adjust the quality. But when you shoot with something a little more professional, yes, they crop the image, they resize it for Instagram, and then you're going to lose a little bit of quality. So that's why even if I shoot something that is 4K, I like to edit everything and upload on 1080p because that is high definition and it's going to be great. I have a photographer, professional photographer and professional videographer next to me, and I just watch if I say something wrong, is they going to throw me water or something? So hopefully I'm saying everything accurate. It's not easy. Like I sometimes I take photography classes or workshop, and I'm the only hairdresser in the room, so I'm scared to ask questions. But because I always being like that, always pushing myself to, be better every day, I don't get scared to get with the professional ones. That's the only way to learn, is when you surround yourself with people that are driven, they have passion, and they have more knowledge than you. That's the only way to grow, is to be with people like that, like-minded like you, right?
Absolutely. And I'm just
okay. So let's go.
I'm just going to take this moment to just quick let everyone know, because we had that little connection issue. If you were not able to snap a screenshot of those really incredibly important dimensions, you will be able to see those when this video is uploaded onto the Booksy YouTube page. So you will be able to find that there if you didn't grab them sooner. And then, as Joel has just mentioned, something incredibly important about continuing education and its value, in these last several minutes that we have, I'm going to drop a link into our chat so that he can keep educating. But I'm going to drop a link for available upcoming Booksy webinars, as well as the CE link. So anyone who is attending this webinar who is an Illinois or Florida resident and would like to get CE credit for this class, please make sure that you fill out the CE form so that we can make sure to get you those credits. And again, that's with our education partner at Illinois Beauty CEU. So that
I have a question
in the chat. Yes.
I have a question. Can I get hours in my Florida license as well, even if I'm doing the class?
That's an excellent question. I am happy to look that up for you, because certainly we're learning enough that it's worth it.
That's a good question. So guys, I have a question here, and the question is, if, right, if we have, let me go back to that question.
Mhm.
If I recommend a portrait mode, yes, portrait mode is amazing, right? It's good because it gives you like a feeling of a professional camera, making everything on the background blur. If you are shooting in a place that you have a backdrop like this and there's nothing that you want to put blur behind, then don't use it because the colors change a little bit. But if you have a lot of distraction on the back, yes, portrait mode is going to be amazing. So totally recommend that. And now with the professional mode, even for videos, picture mode, it looks incredible. What else? I'm just checking the question if I have any question here. And again, we apologize. There's a storm here in Dallas. Everything is floated around us. We didn't want it to cancel. We wanted to go with the class. So I apologize if the connection was a little weak at some point. But it's going to be recorded. If you have any question, please just go back to me. And I can maybe share all my stories that says, and then you can screenshot my Instagram story. Let's
And
go
I'll
back to the
also
presentation.
throw out that if you want to have a future webinar with Joel, just make sure that you send us a message and tell us how great this is and that you want to see future education. So
Yeah,
that's next.
the class was short. It was only 1 hour, but we condensed the presentation so that we can share a lot of good information in short time. I don't know if I have a more slide on the presentation, but let's go back to see. I think there's one or more or two slides more.
Just a few connecting to the perfect portrait and TikTok in general.
Yes. So yeah, that one is the way that you take a picture. So I put an example of how you can take pictures with the ring light. So if you see that ring light is smaller, that was when I was doing a class. I think it was in El Salvador. But a bigger one is going to be even more comfortable. But this is a perfect way to take the ring light. And I think that the next one is, I think it's TikTok. We all know the story of this guy on TikTok. He put out a video. And he was, the car didn't work that morning. He just took the skateboard and then he was just, filming a TikTok. He went viral and it changed his life. And this story is the story of many other people, maybe not like that, but how Instagram or social media in general has changed with opportunities. And like I said, 90% of my clients are coming from Instagram, and the new contracts that I'm getting, the brands that I work right now, including Booksy, most of them came because at some point there was a connection with Instagram. So I'm a true believer that put your work out there, always get better, take workshop, challenge yourself, because you're always going to get better. The more you practice, the better you get. So, and then the last one, I'm just talking about, TikTok. This is my TikTok, like a year and a half ago, 50,000 followers, and now is 112. So I have more followers now on TikTok. TikTok is a good platform to grow right now because one of their videos is easier to get viral than on Instagram. I feel like on Instagram, it's really hard to get something viral. With TikTok, you have more opportunities. Definitely. I have many friends that they grow. I have one story with my friend that he got 50,000 in 1 day. Only 1 day because of one video. So it is possible. So put your work out there, videos, explain, step by step behind the share, working with your clients or models. Then you're gonna get a big opportunity. Just keep, pushing, be consistent, and yeah, wait for the right moment. I think that was it for our presentation, and this is 1:59, so we finished just right on time. It's been a pleasure to work partnership with Booksy for this presentation. Again, I love Booksy. I'm not saying this because they pay me for doing this presentation. It's because I truly believe that it's the best app out there for booking your appointments behind the chair. So I love it. Even if in the future I decide that I don't want to, work behind the chair anymore, I would totally recommend because it is worth it. And And also, I want to say thank you to all of you that have been here in this presentation with us. If you have any question, please let me know. If not, go follow me on my Instagram, Joel Torres Style, so then we can continue this, conversation.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Joel. This has been an incredible, incredible webinar. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We've dropped a few links in the chat. They'll still be available to you when this webinar is done. So you'll be able to catch up on everything that Joel has said here on our Booksy YouTube page. You can also sign up for future Booksy events. And if you are not yet part of the Booksy community and you would like to be, I've dropped a link for a free trial as well. So thank you all for being here. And again, thank you, Joel. Thank you to Illinois Beauty CEU, our webinar education partners, and everyone have a great day, whether you're blue skies in Chicago or rainy skies out in Dallas.
Or great.
Thank you all.
Yes. Bye, everybody. Love you.